Good day, everyone. Let's talk about the agenda and objectives of this topic. First of all, we must understand Heidegger's concept. We must clearly explain Martin Heidegger's philosophical concept of nonstop revealing or nonstop disclosure to ensure a comprehensive understanding of the topic. Second, we must discuss implications. Analyze the implications and significance of nonstop revealing in Heidegger's philosophy and its potential real-world applications or consequences. Last, we must know the relevance of the topic today. Evaluate the contemporary relevance of this concept, including its applicability to modern issues and technological advancements.
So let's move forward in the introduction to danger of non-stop revealing. So first bullet, it draws upon the philosophy of Martin Heidegger focusing on revealing and concealment in modern technology. So si Martin Heidegger is isang kilalang philosopher. So in-explore niya yung nature ng human existence as well as yung impact ng technology sa understanding natin sa mundo. So i-assert na yung modern technology, while nakapag-reveal ng new possibilities, is na-conceal din yung certain essential aspects which is necessary sa existence natin. So according kay Heidegger, yung correlation between dito sa dalawa, which is yung revealing and concealing, is merong significant indications kung paano yung magiging perception natin sa mundo. Second bullet, we have Heidegger's view. Modern technology continually exposes new possibilities, driving efficiency in achieving goals. So naniniwala si Heidegger na yung modern technology is hindi lang parang collection ng mga tools, but is a way of understanding the world. So bale, it continually reveals certain things or ways para ma-manipulate or makontrol natin yung environment, which is yung nagpupush sa mga tao na maghanap pa ng mas better or efficient means para ma-achieve yung objectives nila. So yung constant exposure natin dun sa mga bagong possibilities is yung nag-shape kung paano natin ipiperceive yung progress and kung paano yun naka-impluensya sa mga actions natin. In the third bullet, the process of revealing is ongoing and necessitates adaptation and response. So sabi ni Heidegger, yung process ng revealing na driven ng technology is a constant and relentless force. So bali continuous yung challenges niya sa individuals para maka-adapt yung critical thinking at behavior nila in order to keep up dun sa ever-evolving possibilities. Yung demand na to for adaptation is nakaka-impluensya sa kung paano yung magiging perception ng tao sa mundo, kung ano yung ipaprioritize nila, and kung paano nila i-undertake both yung technology and yung kanilang surroundings.
In the continuation of the introduction, Heidegger warns a danger associated with this perpetual unveiling. Also, in Heidegger's idea, he said that when something is revealed, it simultaneously conceals something else. So meaning kapag may na-reveal or nalaman tayo, meron magsasarang knowledge about something. For example, let's say sa mga sasakyan ngayon, mostly lahat ng sasakyan in this generation is naka-automatic transmission na. Since bago knowledge siya, makakalimutan natin kung paano gumamit ng manual transmission na sasakyan. Since nasanay na tayo or bago knowledge or bagong technological advancement kasi siya para sa atin.
Example, modern technologies cause and effect, emphasis may obscure the mysterious and holy aspects of God. So ayan nga, for example, habang binibigyang diin na makabagong teknolohiya yung cause and effect understanding of reality, maaari or pwede niyang ma-obscure yung about sa mysterious and holy aspects of God. When we say obscure kasi, ito yung mga bagay na hindi madaling ma-distinguish or those not clearly seen. Result: reduction of God to a more rational or philosophical concept. So as a result, marami na yung mga taong hindi naniniwala or kakaunti na lang yung mga taong naniniwala sa Diyos dahil sa mga rational or philosophical concept. Like yung mga scientists, diba? For example, nagkaroon ako ng malubhang sakit at sinabi ng doktor sa akin na wala na akong pag-asa. And then, biglang one time nabuhay ako. So, tinatawag yun na miracle, diba? Dahil yun sa Diyos. Pero yung mga scientists or mga doctors, ibang doctors, hindi naman sila naniniwala na miracle yon. Naniniwala sila na kaya ako nabuhay ulit dahil sa siyensya, dahil sa technology. In summary, it tells the concerns of Heidegger kung paano hinuhubog ng modern technology, yung relationship natin with the earth, on how we reveals and conceals different aspects of reality and the potential consequences of this dynamic. This passage delves into additional dangers associated with the interactions between humans and modern technology mula sa pananaw ni Martin Heidegger.
So, isa sa mga additional dangers associated with the interaction between humans and modern technology based on Heidegger is yung misinterpretation of objects. So, ini-imply dito na kapag yung mga tao is nakaka-encounter ng certain objects through modern technology, mayroong risk na ma-misinterpret nila yung mga bagay na yun. So, instead na i-perceive nila yung object sa kung ano talaga yun, there's a tendency na i-project nila yung sarili nilang desires, biases, or ideas dun sa object na yun. So it basically means na nakita nila yung certain elements ng sarili nila na nagre-reflect sa bagay na yun, which is nagkukos ng distortion sa true nature ng object.
Over-reliance on technology. A significant concern is the idea that people might come to believe that technology is the answer to all human problems, including happiness. This implies an over-reliance on technology as the ultimate solution for all aspects of the human condition. This perspective can be problematic because it overlooks the richness and complexity of human existence, reducing it to a quest for continuous modernization and technological advancement. We all know that technology has been used for centuries and napapadali nito yung pamumuhay natin to the point na dumidepende tayo dito. Like for example, is kapag order tayo ng pagkain sa fast food, since nagkaroon na nga ng food panda or yung grab food, mas napapadali yung pag-order natin ng pagkain. With just one click sa cellphone mo, makaka-order ka na or at hihintay mo na lang na may deliver yung pagkain mo sa bahay mo. We should not rely too much on technology. It hampers our skills and abilities and also impacts our social life. Dahil nga masyado na tayo nakadepende sa technology, nababawasan yung skills natin. Skills to do the things on our own. In summary, hindi masama na tumepende sa technology. Ang sinasabi lang dito is huwag tayo masyado mag-rely sa technology. And kailangan still we should have our abilities to do our own and not just by relying on technology.
And framing and lack of reflection. The passage also highlights yung ganitong risk ng individual becoming excessively engrossed in the enframing process, which essentially means the way technology frames or presents the world to us. Yung mga ganitong engrossment pwedeng mag-lead ng lack of critical reflection. Then yung mga tao magfo-focus lang sila sa immediate benefits or convenience of technology without considering the broader consequences. For example, gumagamit sila ng technology without thinking kung ano pwedeng mangyari sa kanila or without thinking about its potential destructive impact on themselves, their surroundings, or others. So, di ba? Kasi sabihin na natin na oo, totoo, napapadali ng technology ang mga trabaho natin. Pero hindi natin naiisip na may mga technology na pwedeng makapahamak sa atin. Like yung mga napapanood natin sa balita, 'di ba? Meron talagang technology na makakapahamak sa tao. Pero hindi ayan ang tinitignan ng tao. Ang mas tinitignan kasi ng tao ay yung magiging benefit sa kanila. Kung paano mapapadali ang magiging trabaho nila with the use of technology. That's why nagiging dangerous din yung paggamit ng technology.
Continuous technological advancement. The development of smartphones and their constant updates exemplify the mode of revealing in modern technology. New features and functionalities continually call users to respond by adopting the latest models for better efficiency. However, this ongoing unveiling can also lead to the concealment of certain aspects of human lifestyle and genuine personal connections as people become engrossed in their devices.
Dahil umano sa sumabog na cellphone, critical ngayon ang kondisyon ng isang rider sa San Jose del Monte, Bulacan. Nangyari raw kasi yan habang nasa biyahe kaya siya na-aksidente. Nakatutok si June Veneracion, exclusive.
Yan ang cause ng pagkaka-aksidente po niya, sumabog yung cellphone niya.
Walang malay na nakabulagta sa kalsada ang rider na si Jonel Paches matapos maaksidente sa San Jose del Monte, Bulacan noong linggo ng umaga. May paso ang kanyang tiyan. Nasa gilid naman niya ang sunog niya na cellphone.
Kung nakita ko yung cellphone niya, ito basag at sumabog.
Isa sa mga unang rumisponde sa insidente ang traffic enforcer na si Sharwin Chingtay.
Pumasok sa isip ko, nag-short yung phone niya. Kaya doon po nagkaroon ng paso yung dito niya. Dahil doon sa cellphone na napaso, nawalan po ng control yung driver.
Tugma naman ito sa nasaksihan ng mga kaibigan ng biktima nang ikwento ang pangyayari sa kanyang pamilya.
On the scene po, nakita nila na wala na pong malay yung kapatid ko. And then, yung cellphone po na pumutok ay nakadikit pa po sa may tiyan niya.
Ang biktima, sumalpok sa posting ito sa paahon na bahagi ng Quirino Highway. Wasak ang motorsiklo at basag ang helmet ng biktima na nasa kritikal na kondisyon daw ngayon sa ospital.
Comatose pa rin po talaga siya hanggang ngayon. Meron po siyang hematoma sa utak. Yung sunog po niya, meron po siyang third-degree burn dahilan po dun sa pagputok ng cellphone.
Nagtanong kami sa isang veteranong electrical engineer kung ano ang posibleng nagdulot ng pagsabog ng cellphone ng biktima. Hinala niya dahil nakasiksik lang ang cellphone sa pantalon. Pinasukan ito ng pawis.
Nabasa yung battery niya. Pumasok yung pawis niya dun sa battery. So, once na mamasok yun, yung positive-negative, didikit yun. Pag dikit nun, nagkaroon ng nun, may explosion yun.
Hindi gaya ng ulan. Di hamak na mas delikado raw ang pawis kapag pumasok sa anumang bagay na may kuryente.
Lahat ng mga maaalat na bagay, pawis, yan, lahat is malakas ang ano natin yan, maging umag-serve ng current yan.
Payo ng mga eksperto, lalo na para sa mga motorcycle rider, ugaliin na gumamit ng belt bag o kahit anong pwedeng paglagyan ng cellphone kapag bumibiyahe.
Huwag nating ililigay sa katawan natin, lalo na kung nagmumotor ka at sa kasikatan ng araw. Maaaring maulit ito.
Para sa GMA Integrated News, June Veneracion, nakatutok 24 oras.
Hindi natutulog ang mga balita. Kaya para sa pinakasariwang balita, mag-subscribe kayo sa aming YouTube channel. Para sa mga kapuso abroad, pwede nyo rin kaming makasama sa GMA Pinoy TV at sa www.gmanews.tv.
Misinterpretation on social media. Social media platforms like Instagram and Facebook often lead individuals to misinterpret the lives of others. People may project idealized versions of themselves, creating a distorted image that others perceive. The misinterpretation can hinder genuine understanding of the complexities of real-life experiences.
Tonight, here a warning about Facebook and what some believe it's doing to kids. The warning comes from two of the company's earliest executives. Carter Evans is following this.
We kind of knew something bad could happen.
Chamath Palihapitiya, a former Facebook executive once in charge of user growth, now says he has tremendous guilt about the social network he helped build.
We have created tools that are ripping apart the social fabric of how society works.
And it's influencing the next generation. Studies show 92% of teens go online daily, and 1 in 5 young people regularly wake up in the night to send or check messages on social media.
People need to hard break from some of these tools and the things that you rely on. The short-term dopamine-driven feedback loops that we have created are destroying how society works. No civil discourse, no cooperation, misinformation, mistruth. Bad actors can now manipulate large swaths of people to do anything you want.
He's not the only social media executive blowing the whistle. Former Facebook President Sean Parker recently said the initial goal was to get people hooked.
You're exploiting a vulnerability in human psychology. The inventors, creators understood this consciously and we did it anyway.
We have to hold the tech industry accountable.
Jim Steyer is founder of Common Sense Media.
They, in many cases, have ignored the consequences, some of the downsides of some of the innovations they brought to our society.
You don't realize it, but you are being programmed. It was unintentional, but now you got to decide how much you're willing to give up.
In a statement, Facebook pointed out that Palihapitiya left the company more than 6 years ago, and a lot has changed since then. But Facebook also said, quote, "We have realized how our responsibilities have grown, and we're working hard to improve." Jeff?
A lot to think about tonight. Carter Evans, thank you very much.
In framing in AI-powered recommendations, many online platforms use artificial intelligence to personalize recommendations for users. While this can enhance user experiences, it can also lead to individuals becoming fully engrossed in the content these algorithms suggest, potentially without critically weighing the consequences. For instance, excessive engagement with certain online content may reinforce biases or lead to addictive behaviors.
All right, last week, the artificial intelligence company OpenAI unveiled ChatGPT-4, the AI language tool that is fascinating and frightening people around the world. GPT-4, which is that tool, it can analyze thousands of words of text to create almost anything from coding video games to passing standardized tests. It can even write lawsuits. AI technology is developing at a dizzying pace these days, even able to recreate voices, as CNN's Donny O'Sullivan found out, and we showed it to you last weekend, by using one to simulate his own voice in a phone call with his parents.
How you doing, Ian?
Hi, Dad.
How are you, Ian?
How are you?
Good yourself?
Just finished shooting our story here. I'm going to the airport in a while.
What are you? Oh, you'll come back again, are you?
Are Kerry playing this weekend?
They're playing Taiwan Sunday.
Okay, well, it may seem like fun and games. AI technology can even be used to create so-called deep fakes. That's not so funny, which are like digital masks that can replicate the look of just about anyone, like this.
If you're a pretty good climber, I want to see you climb this. Not easy to do, but with discipline and hard work. I don't know what I'm talking about. It's crazy!
Remember that? That was not Tom Cruise, even though it looked like him. Some are now raising alarms about how these advances could be used to create and spread misinformation. Our next guest is an AI expert and emeritus professor of psychology and neutral science at NYU. He is also the author of the book Rebooting AI, Building Artificial Intelligence We Can Trust. All right, welcome, Dr. Gary Marcus. Good to see you.
Thanks for having me.
All right, so doctor, you know more about this technology than most. You've even developed your own versions. So for all of us who are just learning about this whole world of AI, how does it work in its current form? And why is it that you are concerned about kind of the next level? What could happen next?
I think the first thing to understand is it's not as intelligent as it looks. It's mimicking a huge database of things that it's seen before. And it's so huge that an ordinary human being probably can't imagine quite how huge it is. It's billions and trillions of bits of text. And what it's doing is it's pastiching them. It's putting them together, these little bits, without really understanding them, which is why sometimes it does weird things. Like it blamed the Silicon Valley Bank on GPT-5, which doesn't even exist, because it doesn't really know how to assemble all these bits of text. So sometimes it kind of gloms together a whole lot of text and sounds really cool. And sometimes it just makes stuff up. And we have to realize, even though it looks smart, it's just making stuff up.
So maybe it shouldn't be called artificial intelligence, but something else. So you wrote an article in The Atlantic this week, where you talked about how bad actors could manipulate, the power of these AI tools to spread misinformation. And I guess, what are the degrees of your worry about this? Because, is there going to be a point where it's going to be difficult to differentiate real thing from AI generated, if we're not there already?
We're very close to that point right now. And part of the concern is that bad actors will deliberately use these things to misinform people. So it's one thing to have fun with Tom Cruise and make up having him say something wacky, but you can imagine troll farms in other countries trying to influence our elections. And my single biggest fear is that people are going to try to disrupt this democracy by making an atmosphere where we can't really trust anything, where when you look at Twitter, you look at Facebook, you don't know what's true anymore. Because the sheer volume that you can make with these machines, you can make millions or billions of pieces of misinformation a day with whatever your own alternative set of facts are. It's incredibly plausible, that has references and data and so forth, that looks really real. And most humans aren't going to be able to tell the difference. And so a lot of people are going to be fooled. And a lot of people are going to feel like they can't trust anything.
Oh my gosh, and that's my biggest worry. I mean, we just came off of, and a lot of it has still stuck. You know, people who have used the terminology of fake news and, information and then manipulating it, and then people believe it. And now you've got, this forum, these tools that can really help that happen and look even more believable, and people can't discern the difference between real, and fake. And so, we have to, I feel like we may have run into, this Jurassic Park moment where these AI creators are so preoccupied with whether they didn't stop to think if we really should.
I think that's exactly right. I actually wrote another essay called The Jurassic Park Moment for AI and quoted exactly that bit. I keep thinking of Jeff Goldblum saying that in Jurassic Park and how true that moment might be. I'm more concerned about AI than I've ever been before, in terms of the uses for misinformation, in terms of accidental misinformation around health, and ultimately people applying these technologies when they're not really solid yet, applying them prematurely.
Oh my gosh. Okay, we'll have to keep an eye on it, as I know you will, and you're going to have to keep us informed.
Another example is over-reliance on technology for happiness. The idea that technology can provide answers to all human problems and happiness is reflected in the proliferation of self-help apps, wellness gadgets, and the quantified self-movement. Some people may overvalue these technologies as the ultimate solution for well-being, potentially overlooking the importance of psychological and emotional aspects of human happiness.
Hi friends, I'm Roshni Suryan of grade 11 of Little Flower Public School, Muringur, standing here to speak about the dependence on technology makes humanity less intelligent. Well, humans depend upon technology for each and everything. For example, from his house to his school, college, office, etc. There's not even a single place where technology is not used. There are advantages as well as disadvantages of technology. But according to my concern, there are more disadvantages, because one of them is that it decreases human intelligence. Now, a question arises: how? The answer to this question is very simple. Earlier, we were stretched to find out answers by our own or from anywhere, either from our teachers, parents, or from our books. But nowadays, technology has changed everything. Because of the inventions of mobile phones and internet, we have become so lazy that we do not even try to find out answers by ourselves. We depend upon Google and internet to find out answers. Even for doing calculations, we use a calculator rather than doing those calculations by our own. There is a similarity between all these things, and that is, all these things has decreased our intelligence. We are not determined or curious to know any answer or to find any answers by ourselves. We are totally dependent upon technology. There are some more disadvantages, like the excessive usage of mobile phones and other gadgets which give out radiation that can destroy a person's mind and other organs with time. You might have noticed, when you get glasses, people often say that it is due to the excessive usage of mobile phones or watching TV. Why is it so? It is so because these gadgets give out radiation which are not good for your human eye and brain. And obviously, something which is not good for our brain affects our intelligence too. Our parents often blame us that we are not able to do good in our studies because of the excessive usage of mobile phones and other gadgets. It is because these gadgets have now become a center of attraction and they attract students especially. spoil their future by making them busy most of the time. Young boys and young girls have now become inordinately addicted to these gadgets. They thoughtlessly and uselessly wasting most of the time on these gadgets. Wise people say, time well utilized is time well spent. The only way to solve this problem is to understand the difference between exploitation and overexploitation of technology. There is a very thin line between both these things. If you get to know the difference and if you understand the difference, then you can use technology as a boon. Thank you.